Your heart, yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love. Tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring.
Well, it wasn't that long where we're finally here. Map number 1 for playoffs. MIBR taking on Detonate, and it is, of course, Laz and Paladin ready to go. And man, I could not be more excited.
Detonate taking on the brackets. Top dog at MIBR. I'm so excited to get one off. CT side start for MIBR and Detonate. Default this one out on the side of the apartments. They'll take banana early. A little bit of a decoy smoke flash, potential for CT and flash on a site. And Detonate will get set for their attempt at upsetting the top seed.
Well, let's not forget, too, I mean, for Detonate, this is their stronger side. The T side is about a 60% win rate, so now they're going to try to bombard themselves into this site. It is a retake setup, though, from Exit. A good nade lands on to Brett. Another HE ready to go for the planter. Well, let's see if this works. Oh, whoa, that's so big. Look at Slight. He's already down to 15. And another shot comes in. MIBR, man, they are kicking the door down.
Yeah, no armor on that player. It takes a significant amount of damage. Smoke for Coffin side. And now 4 players on MIBR can charge up here onto the B site.
Oh, this is good, though. And there it is. Brett with a nice crossfire to start things off. And look at this Detonate now. It's starting to just explode. And there we go. All of a sudden, MIBR looked like they were able to come into the site, kick down the door, but no. Detonate have something else in plan, unless something can come up from Exit, but no. Freshie. It's going to be a fresh one, and that's a fresh pistol here for Detonate.
Yeah, you want the chemistry to be working in those retakes hot and heavy, and it definitely did for the T's. You could definitely see them swinging and making contact just at the right amount, and it works wonderfully for the T's. They get that blistering pistol start. This is the kind of tempo that you want to go in your favor earlier on. If you want to cause these upsets, especially on maps where you feel most comfortable, you want to do it on the T side, and you want to get that pistol. Of course, it's easier said than done, but the conversion is in nonetheless, and regardless, MIBR want to force back. Deagle, 5.7s, you know, your upgraded pistols and an MP9 and Exit. Triple stack early on the B site. Ooh, a nice little double nade, yeah.
That's so nice. And look at this, MIBR, man, they just pick it up right away, but it's just Trade City. MIBR start to pick things up, and then it's a nice roasterino here from Detonate. Back to a 3-3, but look at how split apart they are, too. The rotate's coming in from Henny, but still having Turtle kind of just hanging on the back of A site, waiting things out. The bomb's taking its time, but man, they got a lot of time on that clock.
Yeah, I'd love
still
to
over
just,
a minute.
I'd love for them to just take a break here and force MIBR to search for something, or maybe group up late round and hit something. You've got a lot of time to play with, as you're saying, Laz. And with the superior weaponry, superior utility as well, you've got to make MIBR earn this one. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They throw a Coffin smoke, and they garner a lot of attention. And they've got this boost on Coffins, MIBR, but there should still be a Detonate round. Here comes the reapproach.
Yeah, the nades are coming in, so now MIBR know the jig's up, right? I mean, now they have the double players here. Henny, Sonny, now they're going to stack together. This is good. It's right over top of the smoke, so this could be a gift. He might be able to find something. Damage is there. He does get the kill. Cryptic, though, nice little drive-by. That molly's going to drop everything a little bit. They have to change the position for the plant, too, but they still got some time. Interesting scenario, Paladin.
I don't know if they're aware of how fast Turtle is on this flank. And they're not, but he runs out of bullets. Cryptic capitalizes, and it's just Henny on 3 HP and a dream. Doesn't have even any armor, so he can't even pick up any of these weapons and use it to its full extent. So it's pretty much just an exit here. And Detonate squeak out their second. They should confirm a third with the full save coming on in. And MIBR were really close there. I like the boost. I like the attempt, but Detonate played their cards right in that late default scenario, and they should be rewarded with that second round.
Yeah, and Henny's just going to try to go. He's done already. Explosion's going to get him unless Slight does. There it is, an easy one. 2 rounds in a row, though. This is good, and MIBR put quite a bit of investment for that one. I mean, they still have to go for a lighter purchase, right? But I mean, it was close. I mean, they found those first opening duels, but then it was just Detonate to respond back. Like you said, I love that they just kind of put the brakes on. They just waited things out just to see if there was over-aggression, but pretty smooth round from Detonate, all things considered.
Another opportunity to make some money here. Full USPs for MIBR. They buy a couple of nades, double, or actually triple smoke in a nade. So maybe trying to stall things out, force some utility to be thrown out by these Ts. They'll take, again, early banana control. This is the third round in a row where they just want to garner this as early as possible. Curious to see if they continue that trend on the gun rounds as well. They'll park Brett up here early, have him spam the smokes as they take bracket control. Very stock standard default here from Detonate. You love to see it.
Yeah, I love this too. I mean, you can see they get the bracket control, but they don't just kind of press forward, right? They wait things out. They're making lots of noise. They're trying to, you know, test the waters a little bit. They're in the shallow end right now. Waiting to get in the big boy pool, but now they finally press forward a little bit more. The bomb's going to wait in the back still. Got two players still here. It's Henny and also Turtle. Like you said, it's just light pistol, so can't expect much here. And oh, Henny, and okay, there it is. Detonate, they get the site easily. I mean, MIBR, this is just going to be exits, yeah?
Yeah, I think you should be very happy. You've got two Mac 10 kills if you Detonate. You've got the site. You get to keep 5 alive, and if you want to go hunting with these Mac 10s, by all means, you can upgrade into them late. You understand what's at stake. It's just USPs, the deagle on Biera, but it should be no harm, no foul. And here comes a potential 4th kill for the Mac 10s. Actually, just a dream scenario for the Ts here. And I'm assuming they're going to bonus into this one. They could probably just have a fast play here. They have 1 upgrade in micro. But other than that, I mean, this is just an awesome start for Detonate. 5k on Cryptic, 5k on Slight. They don't have to even bring out the big green yet. And now is the time where if you want to dictate the pace, if you want to dictate this upset, you got to start with a decisive victory here. A 4-0 start would be an absolute dream scenario.
Yeah, this would be huge because, again, there's a lot of investment for MIBR right now. Trying to fight for that banana control a little bit. Cryptic so far taking the 1 of damage here. Nothing from the MIBR side. Back to a 2-3. Just double players here from MIBR. They're going to pull on back. Henny does find that first engagement, though. Putting that off to work already. And now, there you go. Like you said, this is where the bonus round kicks in. Cryptic already running in fast and furious with that Mac 10. But now Henny looking for a little bit more, but gets smoked out. But it doesn't even stop him at all. And now Detonate, they're losing players left, right, and center. And all of a sudden, it just comes down to Brett on a 1-on-3 with no bomb control. It's a free site, but doesn't even matter anymore.
That's that supportive opping from Henny. It's not necessarily flashy. He gets the job done positionally, just a cut above. And he gets a beautiful 3k. Brett's in a really sticky situation. Your position known as well. Crossfire already being planned, but it doesn't need to even come to fruition. Biera gets things done. And that's the AWP that we're looking for to come out early doors. And as soon as it does, it really ruffles the feathers of Detonate early.
But like I'm glad you brought that up, though. I love that they tried to attempt that. You know, I think it was Cryptic and Freshy. They had the double Mac 10s, where they tried to put them as the first point of contact to go in mid. Did kind of work, but like you said, man, Henny got that op. Singing right away, and they finally pick up themselves around. The goose egg's gone, and it's all good. But now the full investment comes in here from Detonate. Slight can have the off, but Henny's gonna get the boost over half wall. They find that opener again. They've been able to win the opening duels now 2 consecutive rounds in a row.
Yeah, huge. They do get apartments control. Trying to see if Slight can get something back, and he does. Turtle offers himself up. But Insani, man, the balls on this kid to swing back into the apartments angle. Gets a second and a third. Insani's on a tear early. And it just leaves Micro. The apartments pop fails. And Insani goes huge.
Yeah, still over a minute, too, here. So Micro can kind of bait things out. Makes a lot of noise. Picks up the op. Might just try to save this one. I don't disagree. I think this is the play. So a good call if he can survive it. But they do have the lurk here from MIBR right now.
Oh, Biera hears this 100%.
Yeah, Biera definitely hears this. He's making all the noise in the world. Oh, maybe he doesn't. Must have heard that scope.
Right.
You would think. Oh yeah, there it is. Now you can see the X-ray. You can see him turning. He's like, wait, I hear him. Like, where is this guy? Oh, okay.
The
Micro
knife?
was just
Surely?
making noise on purpose. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Ooh, yeah, it's
Knife in
just
the
the game
wall.
of timing. Okay, I see what's happening. I think this was calmed over, and now they want to get as many players in to properly trade.
Oh my.
And
goodness.
Pierre's beating the scope.
Oh, they're just gonna be able.
Oh,
to
are they
double
gonna
swing
wait
this.
out their time?
They might, yeah. And then they're gonna be able to
No
just
way.
crush the money situation. This is smart.
Oh, that's so gross.
This is big brain. As soon as that clock hits 0, you're gonna see them just
no.
swing this. And there it is. He gets one kill, maybe. Gets a second, but okay. They finally get it done. It's a nice
And
cost, but
they retain the AWP as well. You don't see
Yeah.
this kind of economically savvy decision making at this level of the game. But again, MIBR have played in EPL. These are players that are aspiring to compete at tier 1 and making decisions like that. That's kind of what separates the good from the great teams. And that forces Detonate into a force buy scenario. Micro only has $500 in the bank, and they don't want to just leave him hanging, so they all force down with him. Fast banana pop in here.
yeah, this is a full rush, and there it is. It's just a cleanup already. MIBR, look at this. Not much damage except for one player. He takes everything. Now it's just down to Slight. Talked a lot about him, but it's a 1-on-5 with the tech. Okay, all right. Look for a little bit more, but that's it. Just one consolation prize. But now we're back to a tie game, and money's still, I'm going to be honest, Paladin, it sucks. It's not very good here for Detonate.
Yep, that buy-in and again, that one decision to capitalize on a micro basically nets MIBR 2 rounds on the trot. And that immediately pulls the win from the sails of Detonate, and they've got to reacclimate and find that momentum yet again. And it's going to be very difficult to do it against an MIBR squad that now looks comfortable. You've got Insani with a beautiful 3K, Henny with a good 3K himself, and that banana hole definitely helps things out as well. And so having these individuals now feeling comfortable in the scenario, look at this. Just domination in apartments, fighting at the bottom of T-Balk. Look at that utility usage. And it's just a bloodbath from Turtle and Insani. And finally the guns come out, but at what cost? You've just completely shattered the early confidence that Detonate have had now.
Well, it is going to be a pause, and I would imagine this is going to come from Detonate, because, I mean, right now they had the lead, they've lost it now, so MIBR have been able to just put pretty much 4 rounds in a row, and they're starting to get comfortable, right? This is where that confidence starts to build up. MIBR, like we talked about, everybody knows MIBR, but if you don't, I mean, they're pretty good. They're pretty nuts, and this is where they're going to make sure that, you know, that engine isn't running full throttle here.
Completely agree. And we chalked it up to be a very difficult veto for Detonate, and that's exactly what it's going to be. You're going to have to find the way to break through, and it comes down to finding a way to snap that respect that MLBR doesn't have on you right now. They're playing fully disrespectful CS. They fully expect to just smash through every opponent in the server, and rightfully so. They've got the results to back it up. And it's got to be up to Detonate to silence them and force them a little bit of respect out of it, but it's not going to stop anytime soon. Biera and Exit both just charge down Banana and just rip heads. An immediate 2v5, 20 seconds into the round, lads.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's down to Freshie and Slight, right? I mean, they do have the ops still, but in this kind of a point too, it's like there's so much time on the clock. Like, they try to find some kills. I mean, it's too early to call a save, right? But I mean, MIBR now, they can just pull back if they want. They can just play a lot more discipline. They don't have to be over aggressive. Freshie's trying to get some bracket control though, but again, this is going to be a bit of a cluster situation. Henny, ooh, actually Henny does miss that shot. All right, well, Detonate just attempting things, I guess. Burn the clock with something. They're still pressing forward. Freshie needs to win this kill. No, that's it. Slight's got to save this.
Oof, can't even repeat it on the angle. He still wants to fight. Biera offers it up, but hop, skip, and a jump and slides out of the server. 5-3 for MIBR. Another save coming in for Detonate. Loss bonus is racking up, but sure, simultaneously so are the rounds for MIBR. It's not getting easier. And man, last
Yeah, like you said, it's the wind out of the sails, right? I mean, that's what it's kind of looking like right now. And I mean, we talked about this in the pre-show, but I mean, for MIBR, I mean, they've been on a 4-map streak on this, right? Or a 4-win streak on this map, I should be saying. And I mean, it's against some pretty high competition. I mean, we're talking Vendettas, Greyhounds, IHC, Complexity, like a very different stance, right? And you talked a lot about that and dissected it, but it's important to know that because they've had pretty much dominant victories. The closest game was Greyhound. Yeah, a lot more patience on this too, right? Now really slowing it down. Slight doesn't even have armor too. I mean, this is the worst. He's got the AK. I mean, he's got the only rifle, but man, a little bit of aim punch and that aim is flying. It's gonna look like my aim in MMs. Yeah, exactly. With armor, yeah. I didn't want to say it, but I guess I gotta come clean now, don't I? Nice shot from a good shot from Cryptic though, but Insani now he gets a little bit more intel. He knows Freshy's close, and yeah, now he's just DMing. He's just popping heads and all down to Freshy. 10 seconds, a deagle, and nothing. No, it is, and that's the thing. Like when you get this team starting to build up and getting that steam, I mean, it's a dangerous one, and that's where Detonate. I think they're starting to realize that. You're noticing a lot more timeouts happening. We're only 10 rounds in. We've seen 2 of them happen already. I actually like this though. I think that Detonate are really trying to control the situation. You know, sometimes you see teams just let the lead get too long and too far, and then it's like they're trying to bring it back. I think it's only by 3, so it's still definitely attainable to see where things could shift around, but. Another gun round, though, and this is going to be a big test here for round 10. Slight does have the big green ready to go. It's a big purchase. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even right now, like you said, I mean, it's just like we're seeing that MIBR going for these aggressive plays, and that's where the confidence builds up. Like you said, you never see that. So for Detonate now, that's the frustrating part. They have to get over that hurdle. Now they're going to try to do that as they get in this site, but Exit's able to find another spray down, almost able to maybe find that second, and he does. That's the bomb down too. So now it's in the worst position. It's in the smoke, so they can grab it. But they got to move quickly. Freshy now coming in. He's going to have to pop heads, but he only finds one. And it's down to Slight now on the 1-on-4. 25 seconds. He realizes he has to tuck his tail, and he's got to get on out of here. This is not the situation you want from Detonate. They've seemed to have some success at B. They've tried everything, but it just keeps falling apart now, and they cannot figure out this equation at all. Tech issue, but we're back. We're ready to go. 7-3, Detonate. Like we talked about, they need to bring things back. Instead of going for B now, they're going to try the mid-bracket control again. They've been getting bracket pretty much convincingly. I mean, MIBR have been giving this up. But right now, we have a 3-player stack here from MIBR, waiting things out. They still have the double player. On lane side, it's going to be Insani by himself. He can't win this DM session, so now Cryptic finally wins a duel in their favor. But now the rotates are coming through from MIBR.
Finally, the aggression gets punished. Insani on an island, and now it leaves Henny to play pressed up against the smoke. That's ballsy for sure. And a little bit of a gap there. Freshie capitalizes Cryptic trades. And a 2v4 now. Surely this should be converted by Detonated. They finally broken the 7-round spell from MIBR to lock in their 4th round. That's what I'm talking about. Punishing that aggression and finding some respect out of MIBR.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, again, like we talked about, I mean, they're getting that bracket control, but it just didn't really seem like they could find the, you know, the duels. They couldn't seem to line up the shots, but that round they took down the aggression, like you said. I mean, that's really important because now MIBR are going to get maybe put in their place a little bit, but I mean, they have money, man. They got tons of cash, so we don't even have to talk about economy here for the CT side. They're going to be able to do whatever they want. I can't imagine we're going to see double ops, but maybe. I don't know.
Could be a potential solution. I think they can definitely make do with that. They've got a ton of time to at least experiment. Usually you use the double ops to kind of shock and awe. But I think they'd like to have Insani just continue to be mobile.
I like this.
And honestly, it gives them enough cash to splash for the entire half. And I think that might actually be the better call.
Yeah, I think this is the better call. And you have him, he's popping off right now, right? I mean, he's got 11 kills, with only 5 deaths. I mean, like you said, having him mobile, just running around, could be the right play. Triple player stack now from MIBR at the B site. They even had, I think it was Henny, who was just kind of playing more back at CT, just in case it was a fast aggression at B again. But now the rotates are coming in. They've reconfigured the game plan a little bit. Detonate have really pumped the brakes on this round. They have Freshie just, you know, grabbing that apartment control, so they're getting some kind of map real estate right now. They haven't really put even pressure on bracket. And even Bear's just waiting things out too, playing the close angle, kind of the anti-flash, ready to go. Man, they got a read on this. And if they find this kill and exit, this is a free B site.
They're really banking on Detonate not calling the bluff and having this pivot of 4 players on this bracket side. I don't know if they're aware after those triple nades came through. They've still got Turtle parked in here with Biera. Using all of this utility, and Detonate have not fallen for it. They've pivoted back to the B site, and it's again only exit remaining. Here come the cavalry, and now Detonate have got to pull the trigger, and they've got to do it now.
Yeah, it's a lot of people coming in now. Exit, he just has to stay alive as long as possible. And Sonny does actually find that duel, though. Now Exit, he's spraying fearlessly, does find that kill. And now it's all just about spamming through smokes. Smoke criminals, I guess. These A4s are just blasting everywhere. And Detonator's still trying to bring the fight. Freshie does win 1, but he's got an op with 15 seconds. And he's still pressing forward, and he's finally going to get put down. MIBR have secured the half, bare minimum with 8.
That's fantastic work from Exit. I mean, he stalls with the smoke for sure, but immediately calling that rotate as soon as he feels a little bit uncomfortable, he understands that that is the only gap that Detonate will have. And it's swift, it's efficient. And MIBR take that half lead, as you said, half win, as you said. And keep in mind, this is where Detonate do their best work on the T side. So having this struggling of a start is going to, it doesn't bode well for the future of this map, to say the least.
Well, Detonate have been the ones that have been kind of on a losing streak on Inferno. I mean, you know, close encounters. I mean, that was Vendetta, and even I think it was Strife, where they went 16-12s and 16-13s, but they haven't been able to get a W in a little bit of time here, but definitely be nice against MIBR, but still a few more rounds to go. Good damage being exchanged here from Detonate. You can already see Insani taking down less than, already down to 49. Pop flash comes in. Turtle gets an easy one. That's beautiful coordination, though. Freshie. Ay caramba.
Great timing. I mean, again, to have the confidence to make plays like that when you seemingly only have banana control and you understand that it can be A, I think it's just very ballsy to do that. Now this A setup long side is going to come into fruition. Exit and Henny, or sorry, it's Insani rather.
Good flash comes in, and Insani actually is blind, so that's good utility coming in from Detonate. So now Exit, he's trying to pre-fire a little bit too quick on it, but he does find another kill, making it. No, it's going to be a TK. Micro gets a little bit hot on the trigger. Takes down his teammate with the kill of Exit, but now it's just down to him. A 1-on-3 situation. He can grab this bomb. He should be able to make it to the B site. Still got 20 seconds, so he's got some time. But doesn't have a smoke, but does have a molly, so he can use that to kind of push some CTs back, but he's going to have to go for those engagements. Oh, he's going to go for the oranges plant. It's dangerous, and there it is. Oh,
ooh,
my
big.
goodness. All right. Now we got a round.
Nade up for Micro, and that kill allows him just some breathing room to change his position now that they'll come up banana side. But are they gonna, he's gonna be aware of a second player potentially. Turtle will come out first, and I think he just dodged timing there.
Yeah, and he should know they're banana now. There it is. He finds that 1-on-1 duel, and all of a sudden now, the 1-on-3s come down to the 1-on-1. A tap. It's a fake, though. He's reading this well. He goes for the swing. Oh, no! He tries to use the HE.
No time.
Yeah, he gets it with the time, but doesn't get the kill. But, man, that's a huge play from him. A 1-on-3 clutch to keep themselves moving on.
That's a very, very smartly played clutch there from Brett. I mean, fantastic work, really. The first kill is really what seals it. As soon as he gets that oranges plant, the immediate fight against Biera is not easy by any means. And that instant headshot just gives him so much breathing room to reorient himself, and he picks the right decision to play top coffins. The timing works out well. I honestly thought that he would have missed the timing on Henny following beneath him, but it works out in the end. And that could be that individual play that we need to get back into a competitive affair.
Well, I love how he uses the HE, because with the explosion, like, creates a little bit of a smoke, right? Like, just like kind of a vision, you know? And that was a great play. A good...
It stalled for just the right amount of time,
did.
right? It didn't even need a kill at that point.
No, exactly. I mean, it was a bit of a, you know, shooting blanks, but I mean, that's fine. I mean, he got the round, right? So now they got themselves 5, and 2 more rounds to go, and Henny does find the shoulder. Slight wins it, but that's a great trade coming in, though. Brett with the drive-by. Now they're going to try to wrap this site, and another beautiful shot coming in from Cryptic. Insani, he has to be the anchor. He's going to pull back a little bit, gets caught hesitating, and he gets punished for it. So now Detonate, they got themselves the man advantage, and they got the bomb going down here. MIBR need to find a kill fast.
This is where the disrespect comes into full effect. If you are MIBR, the tactical decision is to save, but Biera gets one early, and into the 2v2 kits up in a flash as well. But positions noted, and Detonate are still in firm control of this round.
Yeah, and Brett should have heard this player above him, and now the flashes are coming in too. Swings wide. That's the heroics here coming in from exit, so now it's all just down to Brett. His position's compromised, but hang on. He might be able to find multi-kills. This is for the quad. He comes up, but he's not going to be able to find the kill.
No time.
But again, it comes down to the clock, and they're going to be able to pick up a 6th round.
That's huge. Brett back-to-back clutches. This guy is putting on a show for us today. And they're going to go down kicking and screaming, lads. They need these 2 rounds. They've got it. And the buys are ugly on both ends. No op for Henny. I mean, honestly, MIBR will be happy. They've got the full rifles out. And Detonate will be lacking. There are setbacks to winning these clutches, mind you. Bringing them down to these 1v1s. It'll take a tank on the economy, but Detonate should still be happy that they're in this.
Like you said, I mean, that could be, you know, some individual plays that are just going to, you know, make them feel a lot better. I mean, this was a bigger score line before. We were talking like a 7-3 at one point, and all of a sudden now, there's a possibility this could be an 8-7. So this is a great comeback. Coming in from Detonate, and now they're going to go right back to the apartment spot. Biera does get a little bit of an intel on this, but Turtle. Okay, look at that 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and again, they get this site, and it's down to a retake situation for MIBR.
This should surely be a 7th locked and loaded here for Detonate. After a 7-round spree from MIBR, Detonate have found a way to claw things back and make it an even situation at the half. Found a way to grind down some momentum into their favor. And I mean, it's still not over. Really tough retake.
All this utility go. He's cutting them off too, right? Insani does get the spray, but he takes a lot of damage. So now Micro, he's been able to do it before. Can he do it again? Burning the clock a little bit. He sprays, and he's going to be able to find that. That's an 8-7 scoreline. Detonate. They have brought things back. And we are just going to take a short break as we get ready for half number 2.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, we're back for the second half, and it was an explosive one as Detonate make the comeback with only 1 round difference. It's Laz and Paladin to bring you through here in map number 1, half number 2, and boy, oh boy, was that an interesting one.
To have those individual clutches from Brett and have his game turn around like that and bring Detonate to 7 rounds is just fantastic to see that we still have a competitive affair on our hands. MIBR can definitely do work on the T side here. They take Banana.
Brett.
It seems like deja vu at this point, but Brett, oh my god, just tears another head off.
Man, that is such a BM. You could just see he was toying with him. He's like, yeah, here's my shoulder. You can't touch me. And wham, you're dead. But man, the good start already. This is a side where MIBR, they are strong on the T side here for Inferno too. So if we can see Detonate bring this pistol back, this could really, you know, for me, this could change a lot of things. The execute's coming in now. MIBR are going to get ready. The molly that's going to be placed on New Box. But it's 3 players from Detonate that are ready to go. Micro does have the dualies close by here. But oh no, they're not going to be able to find more than 1 kill. So MIBR, they make this clean to get into this site.
And that molly makes things uncomfortable, but the first or second orangish players don't come up with really anything to speak of. Brett does have actually nothing, no armor or anything, and they're just gonna take raw duels all across the map as soon as the smokes fade and before the bomb even goes down. Again, MIBR just believe in their individuals to come out on top, and they get the job done. Huge pistol to convert, and that kind of quells the nerves if there was ever anything brewing on Detonate's side. And they'll force immediately back into things, but it seems as though the Brazilians have righted the ship in some sort of way.
Well, again, yeah, like you said, I mean, I thought it was going to be a good start here for Detonate if they won that first duel, but what a clean take from MIBR, and this is the experience we talked about from them. Back to a 3-2 setup, though, from Detonate again. They actually do put a lot of money on the board, right? They spend all their dollars. They have to. I mean, I don't think they really have a choice. They want to see if they can bring things back. I like that Slight's got the scout ready to go. He is playing B, but oh, man. It's like a Houdini. He's out of here, man. Good magic trick. Now BR is just going to be able to throw the molly. A big swing coming in. A questionable one here from Micro, and that's a free sight once again.
Oh, Micro. He understood what was coming, but couldn't react in a quick amount of time. And he gets one through the smoke. And Cryptic and Freshie, they haven't moved a muscle. They want to save this Deagle and armor. And in the next round, they know that they're only going to have a full save going into the next. This is 10 locked and loaded for MIBR. Potentially an 11 on the cards as well. And talk about just, again, it's a tale of two halves here where MIBR were very firmly in control of that first half after the tough start that they had. And now the shoe's on the other foot. MIBR firm control at the very beginnings of the half, looking to convert this pick of detonates, mind you.
Yeah, this was kind of that, you know, comfort pick we talked a little bit for Detonate, but again, I was a little questionable on it just because, I mean, I think Detonate, they had to see that MIBR have had some pretty good streaks on this, and they played some pretty good competition, but I think for them, they had to pick whatever they thought was the best for them. But double digits obtained here for the made in Brazil. Detonate, like you said, they're just going to have to go light on the purchase for this one. Maybe we see something a little bit more adventurous. The nades are starting to get put in, but it's actually like 4 smokes are going to be on the board here. Trying to maybe slow down some aggression here from MIBR.
The problem at the end of the day, right, is where could Detonate have gone in the veto to have an edge, right? You could have gone to maybe an Anubis or an Overpass, but both of those maps, Detonate are not necessarily going to pick into these. They'd rather leave them in as deciders, and that alone has kind of scared them away. And I think this is just their next best option. I think they've dealt a really difficult hand, and this is the next best option. And I think that it's going to be hard either way. Ooh, a little bit of a Zeus kill there for Slight, but that should be all she wrote.
Yeah, good moto smoke comes in. Micro gives up his body, and there's Henny, and there's Henny with a double. There we go. 11, like you said. Money ready to go. All the stonks here for Detonate. Op going to be put for Slight. It's come down to this, man. I mean, they need this round if they want to kind of bring things back and they want to, you know, get a bit of a homer here. If they lose it, though, I mean, oh, this could just be detrimental, right? This could be just dramatic.
Yeah, for sure. I want to see a little bit more impact from Slight 6 and 14. Of course, T-side opping is very, very difficult, especially when you're last alive in some of these difficult scenarios. But this is where comfort should be the name of the game here. You can post up, you can look for entries, you can do whatever it pleases. There's a lot more comfort now.
I kind of do like that Detonate are playing kind of the, you know, again, a standard setup, just 3 and 2. They're not over-aggressing. They want to, you know, just make sure MIBR, we're going to try something, you know, hot off the gate here. Vieira doesn't have anybody to boost yet, but Slight's expecting something. Might even try to just go for the shot here. No, actually, he's just going to pull back. A lot of utility burn, though, from MIBR here just for that banana control, and they got it for free. Oh, my goodness, Slight. Like a cat, and there it is. Quick like a cat, and there we go. He finally gets that opening duel. Something Detonate needed. Required.
As soon as they see that op, they understand that Turtle's already been parked here in top brackets. They see Brett, and they've got a lot of map control on the A side of things. Of course, there's 3 players on this side of the map, but they've got a lot of real estate to work with MIBR. But 30 seconds left on the clock, they've got to make a move.
Yeah, look at Freshy. He's already playing close now. Might even try to go for the swing. He does. He's just going to do a dry, and that's the bomb, too. That's a big kill. And now Cryptic coming in from the big pit. Oh, my goodness, Detonate. It's just an eruption here of CT kills, but all of a sudden, Exit's getting 2. He's got 10 seconds. He's got to move. Cryptic's head speaking a little bit, but he's still going to win it. Woo, costly round for 2, but at least the ops in play, and Detonate, they finally get their 8th.
Yeah, 3 is that magic number. The players you want to keep up to keep that economy in check. And they managed to do that. Somehow, someway, they've got to find these rounds, Laz, and even it's through by tooth and nail, they still find a way to convert it. MIBR still got to buy out. Henny gets his AWP out on the first round on the T half.
I was worried for Freshy too. I mean, he was playing that close corner. I mean, that's such a tough angle. A lot of utility coming through here from the CT sides, but Vieira's already made it through. Does actually pull back though. Wants to just burn as much of that utility on the B side. Look at the positioning from them too. I mean, I think that's also slight and micro, so look at how passive they're playing. Even the rotate comes in from Brett. So they react quickly to this little bit of a noise that was made from MIBR. But now they're putting their attention maybe a little bit more towards the apartments and even bracket. There you go. You can see the utility in the minimap. It's starting to fly over that A site.
Wow, they've already made the call to take brackets, and Vieira, he's got to have his wits about him, and he goes down. That should give pure information that this is going to be an A play. The lurk has been killed. Cryptic has been boosted up. He should get some early info. And yeah, here comes Brett and Micro. Late on the long lurk.
This is a sick boost though. This could do something. Maybe 1. Guaranteed 1. Bit of an off angle, but Insani, there we go. Back to just fragging out. Oh no, Brett! He's able to find 2. That's where you're going to count for the A4 to have extra bullets in the chamber, and there we have it. It's a 9th gain here from Detonate. They bring it back. They only lose 1. Like you said, 3 is the magic number, but I guess for Detonate, 4 is a magic number.
I thought that shoulder peek from Insani after that initial entry would have just completely pantsed that Arch player, but not this time. It works out in Detonate's favor. They relegate MIBR to pistols, and slowly they can have a bit of kind of ground to stand on now that MIBR are just down to that eco.
Back to a 3-2 still from Detonate, where they haven't really changed this up, right? I mean, we saw that over-rotate happening a little bit earlier in round 20, but now they pull back. They actually switch it up. You're going to make me eat my own words. They're going to put 4 players at the A site now, just leaving the anchor of Slight. He does have tons of utility, so he can just kind of be the sole anchor. And this is where Detonate, they make sure they don't lose that many bodies. I mean, these are pistols. It's a full XQ coming into the bracket. It's just like a blender. There it is. And they make that one look easy. They can find this flawlessly. This, again, is just nice for the economy game, right?
Yeah, you want as many rounds to play with as possible if you're Detonate. MIBR looking for their 12th heading into the following round number 22. But this time around, there's not much to write home about. Freshie mops things up. And here come the guns for MIBR. Again, no timeouts. They don't really care, to be completely honest, in terms of confidence. They're still brimming with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're used to this, right? They're used to hectic situations and close games. And we talked about Detonate was calling quite a few of them in the first half. Look where it's brought them, right? We're talking a 1-round difference. And I wonder if we see a tie situation. Maybe MIBR takes a pause, just, you know, timeout, just kind of figure things out. Maybe have a quick conversation. Well, that day could do some damage. All right. Oh, okay. Not the first, but the second, man. That one thunders. A little ruthless. Definitely winning the utility battle right now, MIBR. Oh, Brett, not again. Really not twice.
Looks like just a full B execute outright. Not gonna complicate things at all. Just one flash through and we go in.
That molly might be good though, and that's a good spray coming in for Brett. He's doing a ton of damage, and even Insani's down to 57. So now back to a retake scenario here for Detonate. But they got the man advantage, right? They haven't lost anybody. Brett's the one taking most of the damage, and that's an open plant from Henny. I'm not sure why. A weird plant situation, but Insani's just trying to commit this behind the fountain. This is a good situation here, Paladin. They have the number advantage, and they still have plenty of utility to burn.
And kits up. Keep flushing out these players. This is gonna get really, really hot and heavy here for the Brazilians.
This is all just firefights now. Insani! He's able to find two! He gets fully blind with that utility we talked about. And now Turtle's trying to do everything, but all of a sudden, it's just down to exit. Needs to burn the clock, but Cryptic with the drive-by. And we're gonna have ourselves a tie game, folks.
Oh, that got real dicey, lads. Insani with the double on church side. You think there's legs to it, but not this time around. Detonate right the ship. They lock in the tie game. I think, okay, I say that. There is no buy here yet. They can invest if they choose to. I'm assuming it's just going to be this hero AK on Insani, see if he can brute force his way into a site. But it definitely dings the economy of the CTs just a little bit.
Slighty's even playing more aggressive too. That flash almost cost him his life, but he gets out. I like the change of pace, but I don't know if I like it in a round like this. I mean, this is, you know, pistols, theoretically, you know, the complement of an AK, but I feel like you don't want to put, you know, your big investments into close quarters like this, but then they pull back. Back to the same setup. Oh, Freshie, though. Might wait for this Paul flash.
Ooh, nothing being called. It's all of a game of timing at this point. He can just get overrun by this Mac 10.
Oh, this is scary. Oh, okay. All right, not so scary anymore. He only finds one, though. Slight does get himself in a good position. Cryptic able to help him out. Okay, MIBR respond back. Yeah, they're going to get the bomb plant, and they're going to be able to pick up some guns here.
Okay, Vieira gets to post up on pit. Plant on the site itself. Insani gets naded to hell and high water.
Down to 3. Another nade used, and that molly does land. Out. Yeah, that's a roast. So now Vieira has to come up with the op, finds the first connection. It's all down to Micro. Micro's been able to find a lot of big clutch situations, but Vieira reads it like a book! And MIBR pick up the lead again.
When Vieira first stood in for MIBR, he was tasked to be an opera. He was asked to fill in. And he struggled. He definitely struggled, but he had some flashy rounds. He still has it in him all these years later. And he puts 12 on the board. He finally stops the streak of Detonate. And he gives back his primary AWP to Henny. And man, that's lightning quick there from Vieira.
Well, and the fact that it was with the like Tech 9s and with the complement of one AK. We were like talking a little bit about that, right? We said the hero AK, but man, it did some work. And just enough to get them that 12. I mean, the money was still enough that, you know, see, Detonate, they fully invested back into this, but dollars are low. I mean, the only person is Brett with 2,100. Slight put everything else on this. Off back on the board again. And he being aggressive, and he gets a free kill, and Micro. Man, that Ragdoll's blue. I mean, look at that body, but even Brett gets caught. Oh my goodness, Henny. Even gets the wallbang damage too. This is worse for wear now.
And again, Turtle's got all of this real estate in apartments, pardon the pun, but now we're out long.
The XP comes in, Cryptic. Gets a good smoke, but can't imagine he wants to peek this. He's calling for the flash. You can see it, and Insani is blind, but he's still an arch, and there he is. Quick little jiggle, and there he goes. He finds a duel. Freshy. Gonna lock himself on this site. Still 35 seconds remain, but MIBR, look at that. Just so convincingly, they take this round. They don't even lose a single player. Now they put themselves up by 2.
Yeah, that's clinical. You see the veteran play there from Henny. He understands he's ahead of the utility. He gets that opening pick, and he doesn't look for even more. He understands that he's going into quite a contested piece of territory. He understands that Turtle has taken all of this map control on apartments. He's cleared boiler side. He understands that his brackets in general is pretty open. And MIBR clinically take care of Arch. They crunch onto the site itself. And surprisingly, MIBR have taken a timeout themselves. Maybe just to sort things out. They understand that they've kind of got Detonate by the throat right now. And they could have the knockout punch should Detonate invest.
I just feel like this can't be the round that Detonate invests. Money's just so low.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, they probably
It's a risk for sure.
Yeah, it is a risk. And I mean, we haven't seen them do anything like too cheeky. I mean, I think the most we've seen on these kind of save or light pistol rounds is that they just stack like a 4-1 in a site. They tried that banana control once, but they're just getting spam-marinoed. But it does look like they're going to just go back to the 3-2 like normal. Like I said, I think one PC utility that was purchased, Freshy just getting a little bit of sights. And, oh man, Freshy's got a lot of control on this. Oh, but Turtle read him. He knows. Oh, Freshy, get out. I do like this, though. I mean, they're playing pretty aggressive, and I mean, they're just trying to get, again, close quarters with those pistols. I think that's the right play here. With the bailout. Pistols. Not getting kills, but causing good distraction, and now the AKs are starting to get some decent ones, and it's all down to 2. It's a deagle for Cryptic. No lucky ones here, and now MIBR, they can just hit this B site by themselves.
Yeah, it seems like the comfort zone is slowly starting to formulate for MIBR. Sure, it's against pistols, but you can just see the crossfires, the understanding, the awareness. It's all finally heightening for them. And you'll have the AWP out for Slight from Brett, but this is really it. This is your last opportunity to get yourselves back into your own map pick. Keep in mind, Vertigo looms, and it's not going to get any easier, lads. That's where all these dangerous threats of MIBR gets turned up to 11.
Yeah, it really does. I feel like Inferno is kind of the name of the game here for Detonate if they wanted to put themselves in a big advantage here for pushing a map 3. I guess we'll have to wait and see for round 26. Like you said, up here back again for the CT side. We haven't been really able to see Slight put this thing to work. I mean, I feel like it's been Henny that's been kind of giving us a good demonstration so far for map 1. And Detonate, again, they're playing right back to the standard setup, right? They're not playing anything over aggressive. They're not just putting a heavy stack or a 4-1. We saw earlier on they left Slight by himself, but now he's playing on Archway. So this is a switch up now from Detonate.
Oh, that volley is super dangerous. The smoke doesn't spread.
That's just so unlucky. And MIBR, look at, they're not even moving. I mean, they throw one piece of utility now, but they're being quiet. Smoke's going to be thrown in front of library. They are just toying with him right now.
Yeah, and pumping the brakes here. That's awesome. Slight now searches for a little bit of information. He pulls away. He sees brackets is clear. That's false information. This rotation, it's the wrong call. They're gambling 4B. And Biera is just going to sell it even further. He gets one more to add to the tally. Oh, and he's just going to keep going. At this point, it's just economic damage. This could just lock in that 16.
Even if they get this kill on Biera, I mean, they're gonna just have to save these guns. They can't go for it. They have to save them. What an amazing work from Biera, honestly, just selling the fake, but a misread from Detonate. Oh man, it all came down like you said. I mean, think Slight kind of thought that things were cleared. He checked everything out. He's like, yeah, nobody's here. It's a B hit, boys.
Yeah, that was just a fantastic play from MIBR to just tuck behind middle, right? Not even showing any sort of brackets presence. It gives such a false sense of security. And that late round gamble, it forces them into uncomfortable scenarios and gambles like this. One gun taken away, and they're all just gonna hunt. They know that the rest of these players are here, and if they take both of these guns away, lads, it's game over.
Yeah, they have to keep these alive. They have to survive, and oh no, now it's just down to the op. Talked a lot for Slight to be able to find something, but bodies are starting to come at him, and oh, he does not get this kill, and Turtle gets it. Oh no! Not like this!
This is just an outclassing at this point, Laz. I mean, they are just critically aware of Detonate's weaknesses. They found the way to punish them, time in and time out. As one last hurrah for Detonate to defend their honor. 3 FAMASs. 1 Mag 7 and an A1S. Pots and pans, to say the least here, lads.
Oh, it really is. And Molly, okay, all right. That's a good one. A little bit of a
full upgrade too.
Yeah, it's a nice upgrade. I mean, they have to do something dangerous, right? They have to be a little bit more risky. I feel like I like that play. I mean, I think it was the luck of the Molly just landing on his feet, and he had that noise cue. Man, MIBR, they might not mess around on this. They might even just go straight for the B hit. Look at this investment. Nobody in middle, nobody ults, nothing. They're committed to this plan.
Now here comes Slight trying to cheat his way on over. They just throw the coffin smoke, and they're trying to get some sort of a play or information from one of these CT anchors, but nothing's coming. Here comes the re-execute and a flash in from Slight as well.
Oh, Brett is over swinging. He's not able to land these shots. Look at the utility. Even Micro is playing the high ground. He gets pushed back a little bit. Woo! Gets annihilated. So now Brett, he needs to redeem himself for the whiff shots in the M4. It runs out of bullets. Gets the reload in, and all it's just down to Henny. Oh. Experienced player. He gets a nice little bit of a quick shot. Still got 35 seconds though, and it is just one player in this site. The rotates are coming in. He can wait things out, but again, Brett over peaking this. Oh no. A little bit of a pullback here from Freshie. I think this is the right call, but look at Henny. He's still going to press on forward, and Detonate, man, they hold on.
And he really wanted to get cheeky with it. Real close on that clutch. Tries to be a little bit unorthodox through that smoke, but doesn't work out. But the damage is done. I mean, sure, your op was recovered, but economically, it's still going to be a bit ugly. Brett with the FAMAS, and Cryptic won't have anything too pretty either. And MIBR have another, oh, I say that he is an A1S, but MIBR still have 3 more opportunities and seemingly enough money to get by through all of them.
Yeah, it should be good in terms of the funds, but it's really, I mean, Detonate that are just kind of scraping the barrel. I mean, they have better guns this round, but I mean, the utility is a lot lackluster for sure. I mean, at least they got some smokes. The off here for Slight. See if it can be the saving grace. He's playing so aggressive by himself too. He only has the one player Brett in the back of the site. He's got some of that utility to help him out. Maybe another pop flash, but he's playing aggressive. I kind of think this is the right call though. They got to do different things, right? What was doing before, it was not working.
They're not aware of Slight this time around, and finally he lets that op sing. Only good for 2. They've gotten banana control. Smoke misses from Brett, and they can definitely capitalize off the back of this. They're going to call the bluff. They think it's only Brett in the site, and they're exactly right here, Laz.
Yeah, Brett does have the high ground though, so he might be able to find this kill, but he gets blind, but he does do a lot of damage on the exit. Now Micro coming in through the smoke. He's spamming into nothing. It's a USP to find another kill. It does work out. Now we're right back to the same scenario. Henny on the clutch situation. Still has 30 seconds to work with. He can burn the clock a little bit here. Doesn't have any more utility, so this is all about just fighting. This is about fragging out. And Detonate, they just need to make sure they commit to this with the swing together. They can't play this one-on-one.
15 seconds.
Yeah, Henny's got to go for this plan now, too. He fakes it.
Oh, that's ballsy.
Oh, this is so ballsy. And now he has to commit to it, so now Detonate, they can just swing this together. They just need to stay alive, and there it is. You can see the one player pulling it back. Beautifully done. Whether if they can take this away, no, they cannot. But at least they pick up the round. Still map point here for MIBR, but 2 rounds remaining, and they still got some fun, so they can bring things out again. And MIBR, they do call this timeout.
Finally feeling a little bit of pressure. Brett does well there. I mean, he's had some couple sticky scenarios, but he stalls just long enough for Micro to go bounding through that CT smoke. And Detonate find a way to continue staying in this match.
I love it,
Again,
man.
another bye, but I really got to hand it to Detonate to stay in this. It's not easy to stay within these rounds.
No, it really wasn't. It was starting to look like it was imploding, right? I mean, now it's starting like they're getting back into the regular form. They're winning these fights. They're bringing things up. Players are stepping up when they need to. I mean, Micro's sitting on the top here for Detonate with 22-23. Everybody else kind of sitting around, that 15, 17 mark. So now we'll have to see if they bring this round. I mean, there's a pretty decent chance we could be seeing a tie game possibly, right? I mean, the money situations, it's not looking good anymore for MIBR. That bank account's running low.
And to not have it on round 30 potentially, it could get real dicey. We could really have overtime on our hands here.
And look at Henny. Like, the fact that nade just lands on him, he's down to 17.
Well, that's a good one too.
This is a good nade work coming in from Detonate. Double nades from MIBR. Doesn't land on anybody. Actually gonna wait things out. I like the close angle. The bomb's still in the back though, so MIBR are just making a lot of noise again. They're gonna try to burn these rotations. This is what they did before. That's what's been successful for them, but Detonate, they don't bite on it.
Slight strained. I mean, he's got all this information down mid. He'll molly off and stall for a little bit longer. He's done his job as far as I'm concerned. I think that he's gotten enough information. Now he gambles B late. Molly comes into porch, and here comes that retake of porch control.
Oh, he actually commits to it too, so I think it's Micro that comes in now. So they replace the off for the FAMAS here at the A site. Back to the 3-2. And Insani, look at this. He's quiet. He's trying to use the smoke, but Micro is just on the edge of this. Can't see him.
Oh, this is just a timing thing.
Oh, this is going to be all about timing. And Sonny's been successful in this position too. I mean, he's just been mopping the floor with this. Oh man, they're going to run right into each other. Oh, there, and Insani still wins that fight.
And look how much of a fake that sells. The thing is, nobody's biting. Everybody's staying put, and Slight is still here. He smokes off Nubox to potentially bait in Brett.
It's a good flash. Oh, he gets taken down. Brett does drop the bomb. That's 8 seconds.
It.
That's 8 seconds. So now they got to commit to this map. They should just have enough time. Oh my goodness, exit. That was close, but it's a 2-on-2.
And Sonny's got his AWP trained. And no kits for Detonate.
One flash too, and a smoke. They have to commit this together. Exit's down low. He's down to 44. Man, this is tense. Sonny waiting things out. He gets the shoulder. That's an easy kill. So now it's just Freshie with the FAMAS and MIBR.
Oh.
They are going to be able to take this, man, all the way to the distance pretty much. But, man, MIBR, they definitely got tested. But you got to give your hats off a little bit here for Detonate. I mean, that was a big comeback.
It got really scrappy at the end. And in all honesty, if they had maybe kits, they had a little bit more utility.